not a city of natural resources. We don't have a beach, we don't have mountains, we don't have a river. All we have is people. The people that you saw in this parade.
This is our city. We have to represent our city.
This is probably the best way to celebrate.
What I like is just the people are great. It has a small town feel.
It's the community, it's the sense of all the fun things that you can walk to.
Parks, the community. It's like it's living in a small town within a big city. You know, I live here, I work here. It's a great town and our history here.
I love the atmosphere, I love the lifestyle.
But it's still a heck of a lot better than living in LA.
And I hope that 100 years from now, people will still say, this is a great place to live, work, learn, and play.
We're with former Mayor Jim Clark and council member. We've got a few questions for him and we're very grateful for his time.
Well, what I love about Culver City is the fact that we have a history to Culver City, that we were founded through the movie industry. And what I also love about it is that we have our own identity too. We have a lot of good neighborhoods. It's sort of a small town feel. It's a good close-knit community that has a historic past to it. I've lived here for over 40 years, but any tennis court in Culver City is my favorite place.
We really want to thank you, Jim, for all your participation in Culver City. So thank you.
Thank you.
Culver did read their All Roads Lead to Culver City, and they still do. So have a wonderful centennial, enjoy the entire year, and let's celebrate together.
We're here today with Jennifer Salzman of Jennifer Pennifer Bakes. She's going to be doing the Culver City 100 Challenge.
I love it. It's grown up so much. I grew up in Westwood, so I've watched the evolution of Culver City the last 50 plus years. And I love Main Street being so active now. I love the restaurants, and you know, it's just a great neighborhood still. Oh, because this is a great area. It's just growing by leaps and bounds and just developing more and getting hipper and more fun. Actually, really fond of the movie theater, ArcLight, to go every Saturday.
Today we're here with the Director of Sales for Courtyard Marriott in Culver City, Antonio, or Tony. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much for taking time to touch base with us. Appreciate it. What I really love about Culver City is the sense of community. In addition to being in a great location on the west side, I also know that the city has an award-winning school district as well, and it offers a lot of activities and services to the hardworking community and residents of Culver City. One of our favorite places that my family and I enjoy is visiting the downtown Culver City area, where the lion fountain is. So where that bronze lion from the Wizard of Oz is located. It has some nice restaurants to choose from. There's a movie theater down there, so it's a fun place to go with the family. This location is ideal for a hotel and for our business, where we're able to offer guest rooms and meeting space to travelers that are coming through town. We're located just a few miles from LA International Airport, and also puts us in the heart of Silicon Beach as well. That's a haven for commerce in our city, and it allows us to be able to provide a home away from home for travelers as a gateway to other parts of the city.
"1913, a young man, 33, stands in the midst of ranchland by a creek. The expanse is flat and wide, protected by hills. He squints eastward, 8 miles to the rapidly growing city center, downtown Los Angeles. The smell of sagebrush in the air, he turns westward, facing the breeze, staring across another expanse toward the popular amusements of Venice of America and the Pacific Ocean. Young Harry Culver breathes deeply.
It's 1913. Harry Culver is standing in front of a group of his peers at the California Club in Los Angeles and announces his intention and his dream to build a new city, a balanced community split between business and residential components, halfway between Abbot Kinney's resort of Venice and Los Angeles, a bustling community.
But Harry knew his city needed more than just the right location.
It needed a heartbeat, excited, energetic, attractive to the outside world, and he knew just where to find it. The film business had left the harsh seasons of New York, migrating to Southern California, and young Harry envisioned it as the linchpin of what he'd call Culver City. A few years before, Harry Culver was in the area that was to become Culver City, and he saw Thomas H. Ince shooting a movie on Ballona Creek. He convinced him to bring over his thriving operation. The next major studio in Culver City was also established by Thomas Ince down the street in 1918. Soon after came Hal Roach, whose Laugh Factory to the World featured headliners such as Laurel and Hardy and the Little Rascals. These production houses brought employees and crews, which led to the businesses needed to serve them, from restaurants and watering holes to services such as florists and plumbers, hardware stores to hotels, soon including the iconic Culver Hotel.
Hello, we're here with Janice Behe of Tower Insurance, the family-run business in Culver City, established in 1961. And Tower Insurance was nominated for the Culver City Challenge by Jennifer Saltzman of Jennifer Pennifer Bakes.
The small city in a larger area of Los Angeles, and that people get to know one another as friends and neighbors and business partners. So my grandfather, Al Walrath, started the business with his partners on April 4th, 1961. And he was a part of an association that was in Culver City of independent insurance agents. And so the four of them formed together and created Tower Insurance, and we happen to be right down the street from the tower. We're actually standing in the original business location where the office started, and we moved back here in 1999. My favorite place in Culver City, I probably reside most at the lacrosse field at Culver City High School, because that's where all my kids play. I nominate our Citizen of the Year, Mr. John Reardon of Reardon Plumbing, to be the next Culver City interviewee.
Good morning. We're with John Reardon of Reardon Plumbing. John just celebrated his 90th birthday, and we're honored to interview him today for the Culver City Challenge. He was nominated by Tower Insurance, Janice Behe.
Well, I enjoy the parks, and I enjoy the restaurants, and I enjoy meeting all the customers that we have in plumbing, and sometimes I know who to vote for after I talk to many of them, and it's very interesting, and I've enjoyed being with the Chamber of Commerce over the years. I think I joined in the 80s, and just before Steve became president, and Culver City's been very good to me, and I've enjoyed the schools and the churches and the restaurants. Well, earlier, when I first came to Culver City from Michigan, I worked a few months at the Hughes Aircraft, and I got a place to rent close by. And then later on, I went to work at the Wayne Corporation, and I worked there for 12 years. And the last 5 years, I got my contractor's license, and knowing people in Culver City, I started getting the clientele for my customers, and it kept building up, and later I got involved with some of the schools. Well, there's many places. The restaurants are beautiful, and the hotels are nice when we have our different Chamber of Commerce events, and also the Veterans Park is very good, and the building is great, and we have lots of clubs that meet there. I belong to the Rock and Mineral Club, the Garden Club, and so forth, and they all meet at the building, and it's a beautiful place, and plenty of room and very good parking, and it makes Culver City just a highlight for me. Well, I know Culver City has been very good to me, and they've kept my business going fully every day, and I think more people have done more to me than I ever could do.
Harry creatively marketed to families a temperate location with affordable land where they could live and work nearby. He emphasized fitness, sponsoring marathons, bicycle races, horse riding, park space. He bussed people in for a free lunch and even gave a lot on which to build a house away in his prettiest baby contest. Public services soon included police, fire, postal, and schools.
Today we are here with Dr. Janet Holt. She is Professor Emerita of Language Education at Cal State University, and today we have her to ask her a couple questions about Culver City and about her time spent here.
What don't I love about Culver City? There's support everywhere. There is kindness everywhere. We care about each other. We're a diverse people. We understand each other. We open our hearts to each other. I've lived all over the world. I used to work in refugee camps, and coming back into Culver City after being in various places, I know it feels like I'm welcomed back into the arms of a city and a populace that cares. Probably no place like home, like Dorothy said. That's true. I don't think I could say a favorite one. I called it Run for Centennial Fun Aftermath. A 5K run can be lots of fun, but Culver City's promised more. We were filled with delight at the wonderful sights that the yellow brick road had in store. The Centennial Trail certainly did not fail as we ran and we racked up our scores. Past the Culver Hotel, where Munchkins did dwell, and John Wayne could be seen at the door. The courageous lion danced in the fountain, not afraid he would wet the floor. Did you see a brainy scarecrow hanging out at Sony's Rainbow? Was he over or under handling his core? The Tin Man played his part, a reminder that Culver City is the heart of Greenland today and forevermore. So like Dorothy and Toto, we were sure to go-go, like the wizard whom we all adore. What a day for a race. We enjoyed keeping pace, and we wish we could have an encore. And I said thank you, Centennial Celebration Committee, and special thanks to Mike Cohen, who organized the 5K, and his team.
In Studios became Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, and in the next quarter century, such stars as Clark Gable, Judy Garland, Spencer Tracy, Joan Crawford, and Errol Flynn. Even the Munchkins frequented the vibrant new city. The studios, which created Gone with the Wind and The Wizard of Oz, built huge backlots where residents and visitors could peer down on Paris, New York, and the Old West.
Just as Harry Culver had dreamt, Culver City grew as an oasis of residence and commerce, all with an underpinning of the joy of artistic expression. A community on top of modern technology and always fostering a creative environment.
Today we're here with the president of the Culver City Centennial Celebration Committee, Paul Jacobs. We are happy to have you.
It's good to be here. I love its people. I think we have people who care about their community, who want to be part of the community, who contribute to the community, whether it's service organizations, civic organizations, charitable organizations, people who share certain values that are important, family values, respect for people who are different from them, respect for the diversity of our community. We don't have a lot of natural resources, but we do have people, and that's what makes us a special community. City Hall. It's the place where public safety and welfare starts and ends. It's the place where our council, our employees, our staff meet and work. It's the place where citizens can come on Monday nights to be heard at a town hall form of government. So for me, it's City Hall. Joy and I have received a great deal of benefits since moving here in 1968. This is a city that has provided us an affordable house, provided schools, great schools for our 2 boys, has provided us lifetime friends, has provided me an opportunity to serve on a city council for 16 years, 4 of those as mayor. When Jim Clark asked me to join the committee, it was a perfect opportunity for me to give back in a small way what this community has given to me and my family.
Harry Culver would be pleased today, I am sure. We have a wonderful community known for its parks, for its movie studios, for its creative element, and even our industrial track, the Hayden track, a post-World War II development, has transitioned into a haven for creative businesses. Today, the faces and many of the names have changed, but drive or walk around, stop in at local businesses, and you'll see that Culver City continues to thrive as envisioned by young Harry Culver as he stood at that lonely crossroads over a century ago.
Good morning, Helen.
Good morning.
We would like to ask you 2 questions and then have you read your poetry.
Oh my gosh, it's everything. I think it's a perfect city. We have everything here. We have things for the seniors, things for the teens. We have dog parks for the dogs. We have several different churches, synagogues, mosques for every religion. We have shopping. We have a wonderful downtown. It's just everything rolled into one little city. Place in Culver City. I think the Vets Auditorium, because so many events go on there, and I've enjoyed all of the events and special things that have happened at the auditorium and in the park behind it.
So now we would like to have you read your award-winning poem about the past in Culver City.
Yes, this is called They Aren't Here Anymore. Having lived in Culver City since 1972, I came up with a list of things that I really miss, and here they are. They aren't here anymore. At the roller drome, we'd go round and round, a wonderful place to skate. And who would think that a little park would someday become its fate? And everyone went to Stern's for their famous barbecue. Whenever I went there, I always saw everyone I knew. That secret recipe is all but lost, known only by a few. And so we settle for other places. We'll have to make them do. Many people would go to Red Riding stables to ride or board their horse. And down the road was a go-kart track where you could drive their winding course. The dairy on Sepulveda is where I'd go for milk and other quick supplies. I could drive right through, but then one day it vanished right before my eyes. At the start of each summer, to Kirkpatrick's I'd go to buy a new bathing suit. From room to room and down the aisles to find one that was just so cute. To the studio drive-in, we took the kids with them in their PJs. And during the movie, they'd fall asleep. Hooray for the good old days. Before a picnic, I'd make a quest to Culver City Ice Company to fill my chest and get some cubes for sodas and such. I really miss it very much. At the ice arena, we'd have such fun. Our skates we'd lace up tight and try to go both forward and back to everyone's delight. The Roll and Rye was the neighborhood deli for pastrami and corned beef on rye, and chicken soup and chopped liver. It was so hard to say goodbye. Ship's Coffee Shop, its sign so high, with toasters on the table. For breakfast, it could not be beat. You could toast yourself a bagel. In Culver Center, there was J.C. Penney's and Grant's 5 and 10. In the days when a dime could buy you something, you'll never see that again. And in Studio Village, we had Newberry's, another 5 and dime. And they even had a lunch counter where you could sit and dine. Put your sign in the window and listen for his whistle. The helmsman will be coming by. I'd run to his truck to buy cookies and cakes, jelly donuts and banana cream pie. Yum, yum. If I missed your favorite, I'm sorry, but aren't you glad you came along with me for this little trip down Culver City memory lane? They're all gone now. I miss them so. There's nothing left to see. The only place they still exist is in my memory.
Would Harry Culver be proud of what his city has become? There's no question. Even with modern transportation and communication, Culver City has developed just as Harry hoped. It's still an oasis between downtown Los Angeles and the ocean.
As from the beginning, Culver City continues as a dynamic, substantial, creative community in keeping with the prophetic vision of its founder. Culver City, with a smile on its face, a camera in its hands, and still driven with the heart of a lion, is poised to leap into its next 100 years.
Today we are here with Rafia Cooper. She is the chair of the closing ceremonies for the Culver City Centennial, and we are happy to be here with her.
Thank you for having me. Well, I grew up here actually and went to Culver High and still live here, raised my kids here, and they graduated from Culver High School. And
Great.
My husband's the mayor here, so. Well, this is gonna sound terrible, but I just really love ice cream. And my favorites are Cool House and Ginger's ice cream, and I go there often. But Culver City is an amazing place, and they have amazing parks, and we have amazing restaurants, and it's a great community, wonderful schools, great place to live.